So this has a storied past. My great-grandmother and grandfather had bought this in 1882. It had been originally built in 1848 by Barney Eidson. In 1882, my great-grandfather, Henry Shuler and Margaret Shuler, came to this country from Alsace-Lorraine, that's on the French-German border. And when he was 5 years old, his family got off in New York. They made their way to Chicago, and he decided that wasn't a place he wanted to raise his family. So he made his way out to Bridgman, ended up with a hotel, bought the farm that my cousin currently lives on. This farm became for sale, and he bought the 160 acres here, and they made quite a go of it. My grandfather was born in 1892. My grandfather, G.C. Grover Cleveland, had 4 children. Wade, his next son was Woodrow, who passed away at a young age of 8 or 9 years age from pneumonia. And his third child was Elaine, 3 years older than my father, Ward. Wade, who ended up living across the road working in partnership with my dad, they knew that they needed to do some things, so they had chickens. They had about 700 layers, and they had started with hogs, and they went out in 1954 and started buying baby registered Holstein heifers. In 1964, they knew they needed some different facilities, so they built 2 barns. The barn that was added to my uncle's barn was supposedly for chickens. The barn that we put on behind our barn was to hold the stable for the cows. We developed more on the cows, and they've been farming here ever since. Well, being a dairy farmer puts a lot of structure in your life because you know where you're going to be at least twice a day milking cows.
It's a lot of work. It's 24/7, 365.
Your hours aren't good. Long days. Farming never was easy, and it still isn't.
It's a whole different lifestyle, and my sons have grown up that way. That's all we've ever known.
If you're born to be a farmer, you're going to be a lifelong farmer.
This is where you belong, and this is what actually you really like doing.
Dairy farming is a lot of hard work, but what a place to raise a family.
It's been extremely rewarding. This family is just amazing in their dedication to the land and to the people and to the cows, and providing a quality product that's going to benefit everyone.
I wouldn't trade 1 second everything for the world.
I wouldn't trade it for anything.
It's been wonderful. I wouldn't trade working anywhere else for here.
The girls come first. The girls are always our primary concern.
The cows come first, and when they call, you answer.
We have to take care of our cows, and we give them the best possible care.
We have spent millions of dollars to make our facility the best possible facility for animal care.
By showing what we have out in our new barn, I think everybody will realize what we are gaining in cow comfort and contentment just makes it all more appealing for everybody that sees it and works with it. And we're just amazed how well the cows have adapted and how everything is just progressing so amazingly fine.
There are friends, there are kids. I have 150 kids that are brown and red and white and black and white up in those barns.
We're gonna make it so a cow could just be a cow. She could do whatever she wanted, be completely relaxed, and be happy.
We're really big on keeping the cows comfortable.
They have it beautiful now. I mean, there are cows that would pay to come to our farm to be in our milking barn because it is so comfortable, and I mean, they have food all the time, they have water all the time, they don't have any flies on them, they've got a soft bed to lay in. Who wouldn't want to live in my barn?
Happy cows, comfortable cows produce more milk, and they're easier to deal with.
We feel it was the better you take care of the cows, the better they're going to take care of you.
If we take care of them, they'll take care of us.
The improvements that Bill has made to the farm in the last year and a half have been the best thing that we could have possibly done.
We're really excited and want to share it with a lot of other people because we feel it's worth showing and telling about. there's a whole lot of thought that's gone into this barn, and the cows are lining up, waiting to go in the booth and putting the milkers on. I could sit in our barn all day and watch that 24 hours a day. I can go out to our barn any time of night, day, anytime, and there'll be cows meandering through the robots if they're cleared and getting milk.
She can eat when she wants to eat, she can get milked when she wants to be milked, and she can lay on a nice comfortable bed of sawdust all the other times and be free to do whatever she wants to do.
Makes you appreciate all the innovation that goes in this.
We have what they call a hybrid tunnel with ventilation. It feels like a wind tunnel going by you. We'll be able to cool it with the misters down another additional 10 degrees. There's no flies, there's no heat. Our barn is a little different. It's called a we-cover building. It's got a white vinyl-like material for the roof. It lets the light through, but yet it doesn't heat up like a greenhouse.
Cow comfort was probably the #1 thing that we took into account when designing this whole next step.
An additional feature that, along with the robotic milkers, they came up with cow brushes. And they're along our feed manger, and they hang down. If a cow will bump them, it'll start rotating. And it'll give the best back rub a cow can ever get. And I think I get one too every once in a while. She lays in a sawdust pack that is dry. The fans keep it just as dry. It's like walking through dry coffee grounds. But she has a plug in her ear, an RFD tag, that when she walks into the computer booth, it registers on a screen what cow she is and how much pellets she should get and how much milk she's been giving. On our computer screen, the cows that will get overdue will show up as a red cow, and the ones that are getting cleared and close are on the screen as yellow cows. It's quite the experience. I wish every dairy farmer could partake of it because it's simply incredible. I feel that I have a big legacy to live up to, and I'm trying to do the best I can to do that. We just had a wonderful time growing up. I had a world of education standing behind those cows twice a day, working with my dad and my uncle and my cousin. The education I got was second to none. What I learned from those gentlemen made me who I am today. And if I can pass that along to my sons and the rest of my family, I think they would be pleased. It was always my father's wish to restore this house like it was when he was a child. By the time he was born, this house was 79 years old, and things were starting to decay, the porch and the cheese room.
When Ward started getting sick and Bill knew he wanted to talk about this with his dad and include his dad in the planning.
When I seen his health was failing, I decided to go all out. He's seen all the plans for the house. He knew everything that was going to be done here. And just before he passed, March the 9th of 2015, he was asked if they would come in and jack up the house that day. We talked business right up until the day he died.
I admire Bill and Carol, how they handled it, of course along with Billy and Wyatt, but it was a big, big undertaking.
I just wish that my father could have seen the final product. my sons and the rest of my family, being able to participate in the interest they have is simply incredible.
So far, so good. Hopefully it'll all continue.
My brother and I hope to keep this going and try to carve out our own niche and work towards the future and keep this farm in operation for another 100 years.
I love it here. I love the story that we have.
I just hope it's able to be carried on.
We can do this for another 50 or 100 years.
Looking forward to the future.